Hello, guys. Today we are going to do something that you have never seen. Because I review metal albums, I'm doing hardcore albums. It's just hardcore punk. It's still, they do hardcore punk. But we're going to be reviewing this 60-second Wipeout album. We're going to review this. So, it is a sound. It released in the late 90s. This is actually the greatest album that Atari Teenage Riot made because they created this sound. They invented that sound. Uh, it was good. This is pretty good. And I know people said it sounds so noisy. Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. You said you hated on new metal, now you hated everything. That's all y'all do. All y'all do is hate on something new that they do. It's too noisy. It's too noisy. Nobody has a problem with noisecore. Nobody says nothing. I don't like noisecore. And they're not always noisy. I hear what they're saying. They made a lot of stuff to open the doors for probably for bands that you probably like. Because if it wasn't for this band, whatever band you probably like that does breakcore, glitch break, and all the other stuff, you wouldn't even have none of that stuff. You really wouldn't even have glitch break music or breakcore. Not really, but really not really. But this album, the like Ghost Chase, that's my favorite song. I like songs like um UK US Fade Out. Um, it's this is a perfect album that they got Atari Teenage Riot 2. I like that song. I like the digital hardcore song because that's what birthed in this in the 90s. So, because I don't know what was before Atari Teenage Riot. What was before it? Um, there were really nothing else before it. See what I'm talking about? You wouldn't even have breakcore if it wasn't for Atari Teenage Riot. Because I'm looking on digital hardcore. They decided to blend hardcore punk with electronic and techno and all that other stuff, and heavy metal and industrial rock. You really wouldn't have any of the shit that you have now. You wouldn't even have none of like these. You wouldn't even have breakcore, and you definitely wouldn't even have all this other stuff. Breakbeat hardcore. You wouldn't even have any of this if it wasn't for um. You really wouldn't. I don't even think you would have had Cybergrind if it wasn't for um, Digital Hardware was for Atari Teenage Riot. I don't even think you would have had, you really wouldn't have breakbeat hardcore because this album showed you and opened the door. They left a mark for a lot of folks to do this stuff. You really wouldn't have bands like, you wouldn't really have all this cyber guttural, whatever, electro punk. You really wouldn't really have electronic or really good. People say synth pop was Steve because there was nobody that has done an album like this. What? Because name me one band that made this same style in the 1980s and the 1990s. Well, the 80s and 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Name me one or comments down below. Just tell me. And I like their other albums too. They're good too. But this is the greatest album that Atari Teenage Riot does. It's the best one. So, what's your thoughts on Atari Teenage Riot? What is it? 60 Seconds Wipeout. What's your thoughts on this album? Comments down below for Atari Teenage Riot. And I am Killer Cyber Slayer, and I will see y'all next time. Later, later.